I have to watch this separately. Anyways, all right. Let's start going through the footage here. So the first thing we see is clearly a P-51C-10. And you guys just tell me if the chat is, or if the audio is cut out or acting weird. Let me pull this up on my phone. Live. What the? Weird. Where's the chat at? Viewer activity. Chat rate. How do I see that? Okay. Yeah, let's go through this. All right. So P-51C-10 right here. Looks pretty nice. This is the same environment that we've actually been seeing everything in. We'll click play on this. So I think a lot of this is just going to be him talking.
Everyone, and welcome back. It's our second live stream today.
I have not watched this yet. Like I said, this was streamed a half hour ago. It's an hour long.
Live stream where we are going to take an exclusive first look at
just listen to him for a second.
Entertainment's upcoming Aces of Thunder. So I am super excited for this. You know, I love flight sims. Now, what we are going to see today is not the full and final version of the game. There will be bugs. Some of the things in the cockpit aren't fully working yet with the hands. The hands themselves are a little wonky here still. So, but we're going to take a good look at everything that we can. We're going to take a look at the planes. We've got several different planes
that was me.
to check out.
There we go. I can see the chat.
We might try a little combat.
Sounds good, everybody. Sick. Thanks, Dusky.
Because this is still pre-release, and you know we don't know if anybody's playing. But either way, we'll try to see if there's a way to fight some bots. So as always, I'm joined by my co-pilot Beck today. Beck, how you doing?
I'm good. Yeah, had a little nap. You know,
all right.
In between streams,
we got 2 people on this. That's sick.
In between streams, so yeah, we did just finish a really cool stream. If you didn't get a chance to check that out,
didn't see it at all. Did not see it at all. Have not heard of you.
Conducted an orchestra in Maestro and some of the most iconic film and television scores out there with Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings.
Really interesting stuff. Let's get to some of the content here. Fast forward. Hand controls, you see that? Beautiful.
So, you know,
I don't know what environment this is.
For giving us an exclusive first look at this.
Yeah, how did you get the code? That's my question.
Judging the game again, it is.
Yes, I know, Web. It is a whole hour. It's gonna be a long stream here. Okay, hold on. Sorry. He's probably gonna explain it. So we see the 5 aircraft for the U.S. Pack. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Real quick. We'll get
I'm not going to jump to any conclusions, but that is not a good sign. This is going... Okay. So we see the 5 nations that we know are coming. U.S., Germany, USSR, Great Britain, Japan, Entente, and Axis... Sorry. Allied Forces, World War I. Is that the correct way of saying an Axis force? Central Powers in Entente. There we go. This is bad, guys. Oh my gosh. All right, let's keep going. Well, you can see the back of it. Very sick.
And before the stream started, I thought this was interesting. I forgot that you can.
Hello, everybody coming into the stream. It's been a very long time since I've streamed. All right, P-63, beautiful. We see the tricycle landing gear, the little gun pods here. Most of these are going to be ported over from War Thunder, so these are not going to be removable like they are in IL-2. Yeah, good old Corsair, Dusky. Yep, seems to be a separate pack. I'm quite worried. As someone with a very passing interest in this stuff, why is it bad? So, Natty, the reason this is bad, generally speaking, is that they've pushed Aces of Thunder as a game which will, when you purchase it, everything will be unlocked immediately upon purchase. That's been the sentiment the entire way, and now this is a chance that that's changing. Pack is not something that you would call something that is unlockable, right? Like a skin. You wouldn't say it's a pack and you have to do X amount of challenges to unlock the pack. I've never heard that as a statement. Packs are almost always something you purchase separately, in my experience. Tell me if that's wrong. How is my balance in audio compared to when he's actually
Share that
speaking
real
here.
quick. So
Is it
we've
okay?
got several different nationalities of planes that we can go through here. I'm not going to go through all
Dude, I'm
of them
so excited for
today,
this.
but we'll look
This
at
is
a
like the
couple
big
of
release
planes
we've been
here.
waiting for.
But starting with the American planes
29
here,
videos over
we
2
can
years,
definitely
full
walk
videos, at least
around
15
them,
shorts being
and
made.
teleport and snap
One
turning
since the first day of
currently.
release. I've been covering this the
Currently,
whole
when we get
way.
to the controls,
Whole
I
way.
know there are people out there on
I would
those
love a
types
Steam
of
key.
first look streams that
It's
love
good the
to
video
see
could
the
be a bit
videos
louder.
as well.
Gotcha, thank you. That is perfect. That's the sentiment I wanted. Alright. Tell me if this is too much here.
Well, so I know that's your
Perfect.
favorite subject,
Welcome everybody
but
coming into
don't
this
worry,
stream.
this menu won't
So,
crash the game.
for everybody coming
yeah.
in,
Excellent.
there was an
Very happy
hour-long
about
video
that.
uploaded by this guy called Upload VR. Right here, if you want to check that out. I actually put the link to this video from him down in the description. Yeah,
So I'm
this
gonna
is good.
go
Perfect.
real
Thank you, Web.
close,
Appreciate
as close
you.
as I can on this because, man, I gotta tell
Yeah,
you,
Dusky, so the worry
detailing
is that the Corsair
and the
is
texturing
extremely
on these
good. I think
planes
that specific
look
Corsair is sitting at about
fantastic
5.3.
in virtual reality.
Especially
I
coming from what
mean,
I
Great.
know. The ones
that
available
is
in
just
Garage and packs are always
gorgeous.
purchases. Yep, exactly, Natty.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, this is worrying.
And you know me, I'm a graphics nerd. So,
Oh, okay, so you can walk all the way around.
the camp here.
Yep.
I mean, to an extent.
So it's not a
you know,
walk, it's
you'll-
one of those
you'll
things where you
kinda
launch
sit
it with
by
your thumb.
the fire here.
You can see
on
the
our
back of it. That's
bench,
pretty cool.
and then check out the different
D47,
planes from different
D22.
angles.
Beautiful. I'm going to fast forward just a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, that's... Dude, that looks exactly like the very
Like,
first
well, you can
release
see all the
trailer.
little scuff marks, and you
Yep,
know,
it's the
like
same
this
detail
plane
ported over
seen
from
some
War
action,
Thunder.
You know.
But the hand
Mhm.
control is very nice. This is a little gamma boosted.
So, I
P63.
definitely want to thank anybody who's coming out today to check this out. I know there are a
Guys
lot
can
of
help
people
themselves
out
with the
there
premium
who are
packs. I
waiting
know,
for
dude. If this is
this.
supposed to
Now,
be
for
a
those who are
paid game,
curious,
why are they
we
doing
do put
this?
it in the thumbnail, and I think it's in the title.
Maybe look, I
This
could be
is
jumping
the
to conclusions.
PC
Completely
VR
could be
version
jumping to
of the upcoming
conclusions.
game. It is also coming to PlayStation VR 2. Definitely want to get a look at it on that. Once it is
So
fully
he's playing
out,
this on a
maybe we'll do
PC.
a little graphics comparison. I've been
I
having
figured that
fun
was,
doing
you
those
know, assumed
lately,
because of
and
the Steam
thanks to
codes.
everybody who did check out the last one. We had
Customization,
a great
objectives,
time
leaderboard,
doing that one.
players. Okay. All right. This is the first look we've got of this thing up close, especially in the back gunner seat. If there is no back gunner seat support, then they have completely fooled us since the release trailer 2 years ago now. Ugh. Even though I have no reason to ever give Gaijin's team a pass, could and more likely this should come from the higher up sportsman. Yeah,
Oh,
yes,
right up on
but
me.
you know,
Oh,
they've been
look at
telling
that.
us pretty
Look at that.
consistently
Got
that that
tail
won't
gun
be
in
the
this one.
case.
Mm-hmm.
So this is
I
a
wonder
double
if it's
30
gonna-
mils.
I don't
30?
have a
Yeah.
lot of details
30
on
mils.
the game just yet as well.
It
but
would
it'd
be so
really
fun, and
cool if
we've
you
only
do-
seen it one time, and it was in an aircraft that's not even coming to the game. It was in an SB2. No, it wasn't. It was SBD Dauntless that
two-player
shot down a
VR
zero
and
from the
have
back
one
gunner.
person sitting back here.
Whoa, wait. I'm talking too much.
I don't have a lot of details on the game just yet as well.
He's
but
no
it'd be
details on the
really
game.
cool if you could do two-player VR and have one person sitting back here as the tail gunner.
Yeah.
Like
that would be pretty
yeah,
cool.
that would be great.
That would be cool. So it's not.
So
Oh my gosh. Okay, mind you, he hasn't flown it yet. We don't know.
some German planes here.
Let's see this.
So just
Nice
really,
Falkwolves. Dude, Falkwolves are
lovely
really nice
detail
up
on all
close.
these.
He
Little
skipped the pack.
reflections in the cockpit.
Okay,
I know
so
everybody-
Yak 9T. We did see the BF-110, right?
a little reflect.
Okay, this was excluded recently when they put out the gameplay trailer 2. For whatever reason, the BF-110 was not in there, and they showed off an ME-262 recently. Where is this?
Cockpit. I know everybody's like, just get through the planes. We want you to get in the air.
Yes.
So, and I'm gonna get
Low
there.
key,
We're gonna
yeah.
get there. I just.
All right,
figured, you know,
IL-2
for those who
1943.
are
It's the one I
curious,
thought was
I
coming.
want to do
Beautiful.
due
LA-5
diligence here.
FN. Yes, FN. Yak 3. Oh, what a beautiful plane that is. No back gunner.
Any
Interesting.
comments
I
out
love
there right
getting
now?
ads on my own stream. Spitfire, Typhoon. Fantastic. Firefly.
But you're still doing a tutorial, so I'm not going to distract you while you're
I'm
showcasing all this
not
stuff.
doing a tutorial. I'm just
Not tutorial, but
Go
you know
ahead,
what I
go
mean,
for it.
like
This is
you're
a great time for that.
Showcasing
Like
things,
a showcase.
etc.
Yeah.
Spitfire.
Yeah, no,
Get
but
to
this will be a
Japan.
great time as I'm like flipping through the planes here. So
Beautiful. Big old
It's
thing.
mostly just people
Huge
saying
prop
hi,
on
asking
that.
questions.
Firefly.
Not
Nice.
what you're doing.
I would love to know why
Okay, I
Great
like this
Britain
one
has
too.
3 ground strike aircraft.
Yeah, it's a good one.
The Firefly FR, Mosquito FB.
Yeah.
Like, there's actually no reason to fly the Mosquito
belly up
in
on
Aces of Thunder
it.
at all. There's no
Yeah, the
reason.
reflections on
The
the
Typhoon
glass are
does
really
everything
nice.
it does. Except for cool
Missy,
factor, of
go back.
course. You know, it is a
Go,
Mosquito. People are pretty
I
obsessed.
got my other co-pilot Missy here. He's trying to jump in my lap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
A little close
he's under the plane.
Knees plane.
Okay, D4Y3 Co. Beautiful.
Knees.
J2, J2M2. Okay, none of this is... This is the tie. Yes, I got that right. Let's go. And the Mod 22.
Plane.
Dude, I love seeing my guesses from over a year ago be correct when I see them here. This is the first time we're seeing this stuff.
Love that pattern.
Yep, love the pattern. You're not going to love fighting it.
There we go.
Okay. Woo! Central powers. So, this would mean that there's 3 on the other side of things, on the Entente. Okay, so this is the one that we got for the Great War event, and this is the triplane,
To use.
which we have not seen except for the Great War
so
trailer, the
like,
Aces of Thunder World War
and,
One trailer.
I mean, mostly this is online now. I believe, there might be some sort of little storyline to it. There might be a campaign.
So this is
you can go
mostly
through,
online.
But again, I don't have a lot of
That's
details
good
on
news
this
for
one.
me personally. Camouflage. Whoa, 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 whoa.
I don't have a lot
Whoa,
of
whoa, whoa,
details
whoa,
on this
whoa.
one.
Okay, so once you click that, it brings you in a specific menu for each plane. Beautiful. So there's only one camo for this. That's a little unfortunate. You know, some flying circus stuff would be really sick if we could actually all be different aircraft, all be different colors. Decals. Okay, so you can't... Yes! This is perfect. So, I mean, of course, my red 7. You know, it's got to be on the wing. It's got to be on the wing. It got to have a red nose. Was it a camo pack?
And also, you can...
Guys, I know you can't see me, but my head is in my hands. Maybe these are unlockable. Maybe these are unlockable.
You can come in here and we can like...
Holy
and there's gonna be
schmoly.
all sorts of unlockable stuff that you can do.
Unlockable. Show unlocked only. Okay.
I'll say we got no
That
unlocked
doesn't
right
show
now,
packs to
so-
me, Webb.
Okay.
Any others? What is this? Okay, so daily task. That's exactly what I thought this was going to be. 200 points. Destroy 1 aircraft. Destroy 1 target with a machine gun.
We'll just like
With a
quickly
machine gun. That's a weird way of stating
through the
that.
menu here for anybody who wants to see it. So there you go.
I
You
would
can
love to
change
see
the
this.
planes and
Yep.
unlock it. We got different tasks that we can do. Now, if it's anything...
See,
like
this is why
War
I don't get
Thunder,
Steam
I haven't
codes.
really mentioned that. So,
Because
you
I'm
know,
too
these are the
critical. And I'm not a Gaijin
guys who
partner
put out
because
War Thunder.
I don't want to be. This is amazing. Wait. What did he just say?
If it's anything like War Thunder, I haven't really mentioned that. So, these are the guys who put out War Thunder, which is just hugely popular over the years and was one of the very first flight over the years.
Guys, these are our devs. We actually have names now. These are our devs. These are the only people who've play tested the game. This is the monthly leaderboards. They haven't taken these off. Interesting. Notice how... Whoa. Oh, no. That's not one match. Okay. So battles, 3, 1, 22 minutes. 24 minutes. 24 minutes. Battles, 4. 1 hour. These are just testing numbers. These are just testing numbers, but this doesn't show to me that there's just going to be long-form game modes. These are very quick. Guys, we're only 8 minutes in. I'm going to take forever.
Over the years.
I'm sorry.
One of the very first flight sim games to get full VR support back in the day. I remember playing War Thunder as early as the
He's an OG.
K2
Respect.
CD1 days.
Settings. Roll, left brake, right brake. Beautiful. Reload. Gamepad. Is he playing with HOTUS?
Okay, and here's our menu.
It doesn't look like it.
So currently the menu
Sound.
is like really basic here. You can change your controls. Now, normally
Reload, large, additional, small. Okay, so this seems like it's going to be ported over.
My X52, my HOTAS.
Okay.
But unfortunately, it wouldn't allow me to map.
Agree,
the
Natty.
buttons
Agree.
Currently, again, this is not a finished state. This is a work in progress towards the kind of a sprint towards the finish.
Did you just say you can't map?
not a finished state. This is a work in progress.
Work in progress, sprint
kind of
towards
a
the finish.
sprint towards the finish.
Yeah.
So they are adding things currently, but so we're going to be flying today with just the quest control.
Game pack. Just the quest. So he's on a quest. He's on a quest. He's on a meta quest.
And you can change your, like for us Americans here, I could put.
Okay, so this is exactly what I thought. So barometric pressure, indicator altitude, indicator speed, perfect. So they showed that once you're in the aircraft, I'm sure he's going to show this, all of these are going to change depending on when you look at your dials. So you're not going to need to know, let's say if you fly a Japanese aircraft that's in kph, you're not going to need to know what kph is if you're used to flying miles per hour or knots, or vice versa, with American aircraft. Or like the naval aircraft like F4U and Firefly, who are just in knots.
A lot of the world uses miles.
Do they? I thought we were like isolated with that one. I thought everybody else was like, Celsius and kilometers and all that.
I think he's correct about that one. Vibration. Show tooltips on.
So.
Well, I feel like it's pretty.
Comfort.
What miles mean?
I skipped one. Sorry. Hide player nicknames. Okay.
It's pretty.
An account. Upload VR ID. Beautiful. Okay. License agreement, license.
Means, even if
options.
the standard.
Samsung video. That's just his card. I'm spying on him at this point. Show us one more. Show us one more. Okay, 5. Yeah, you got one more over here, brother.
Any requests?
Yes, the Entente.
To fly.
The Entente. Show us this menu before you go. And the game modes. Show us the game modes.
As I kind of from any of.
Really for. No game.
Get into the game. Okay, never
You see what I mean?
God, this
about
is
the comment?
I'm literally.
Yeah.
Let me set the standard here. We're gonna do.
Come on,
I don't
come
know
on.
anybody. I'm gonna go straight to test flight. No. I'm gonna go through all these planes.
Go straight to test flight.
Higher experience so far in the game,
Yeah,
but trust me, here in a couple of minutes we're about to get in the
What's
air.
with the pack, bro?
So
Yeah,
Blue
we're
Bottle
gonna
said
get in the air. So.
Spitfire, and then Kingo said
He
Yak
can't even
1,
click on it.
Spitfire.
This is not.
Spitfire, Yak
Mm.
1, Chrome Classic.
Good luck with the Spitfire. Please fly the Spitfire first. I would
They
love
have
to see this.
A1H Sky Raider.
No, they don't. This is not Korea.
Oh, I don't know
So-
either. And then the P63 cockpit.
It's very nice.
Or Yak 1. Ooh,
Had
ill-
one. So, but
Okay.
They're just debating about what to fly. I'm skipping all of this.
I'm going to test flight first, and then
P63. Okay, beautiful.
If we can,
Aircraft I
because
know
again,
very
this is
well. Let's see how
online
this
beta,
goes.
and this is pre-release.
Oh, I'm excited,
Yeah.
boys.
So-
Let's
so-
see the game
Okay.
modes.
You wanna
But for the
run
moment, there
Okay.
might be
Yeah.
bots.
Okay.
So if there's bots, we'll
Don't
go
go-
fight some
Get
bots or
the-
something. So.
One time.
Okay, this is exactly what I thought. You can choose the ammo. He's over Pearl Harbor. Very interesting. Without load and bomb load. Okay, so this aircraft does only have one load. Seems like all of the secondary weapons and ammunition belts and stuff will be ported over as well. That'll be coming. Test flight aces.
Yeah, right. Okay. Now again, I am normally, I love flight games. This has been my jam since back in the original.
Oof. Okay.
Love flight games. This has been my jam since back in the original.
I'm just gonna let this play. Just gonna let this play. So that's the thing down there. You see it?
But I do not have my preferred.
Oh,
setup
on the lap.
today. I don't
On the
have my
knee
hot-
board.
my HOTAS.
That's sick.
I am using the Quest controllers, which are not a 100% fully.
What was
easily
that down there? Was that the door
used
controls?
A
Or
one.
was he look throttle? Okay. I really want to watch, and if you guys see it, let me see if you see the manual engine
100%
controls
fully
at any point. They showed this.
easily used inside the cockpit.
just what you
to-
look
to
at.
manipulate. So we're gonna do basic flight. I know there's
Mech
there
controls
might
are
be
mostly
flight
down here to the
simulator
left and then
people in
down there on
chat
the right
going,
for
Oh my
him.
God, raise your flaps, do this. Well,
I didn't see it
that's
there.
a little easier said than done
prop
right
pitch.
now in the game, without being able to map those controls to my HOTAS or my.
I'm not seeing it.
keyboard.
I'm only
So-
seeing. Oh, yes, I did. That was trim.
Okay.
That was trim.
Without being able to
Dude, I'm
map those
freaking out.
controls
What
to
the-
my HOTAS
What
or
is
my
wrong with me?
keyboard. So,
Okay, you see this? So this area, I'm just going to take a wild guess here, is going to show the damage. Or, no, sorry. Ha! It's literally right here. So you will know where you're injured.
okay.
That's
So,
good to know. This we haven't seen at
Anyway,
all.
let's take a.
Flaps. It's just on the other side because it's this little toggle. It's a switch. It's so stupid. Ah, But it's right next to the trim. You see how I always got confused?
Quick look around.
You don't see trim.
Now I will say that the
How is that
detail
gonna
level
work?
is just fantastic.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Oh yeah. Caress
you
that
need all
big
of the
cockpit.
text
Oh yeah.
everywhere. I mean, I can even see like cannon on, arm 2.
But you can't flip them, man.
The smallest little details here
You can't interact with this.
are being easily made out. A little bit of blur on those smaller words until I really get in close on them.
Oh, this is sick.
But
Yep.
as I get in close, I mean,
Beautiful.
you can see they really.
Yeah, so
really
there's not going to
went
get,
all
it's
out.
not full fidelity. They have not gone full fidelity. All the extra stuff that you can't use, you still can't
Detail
use.
levels.
But I have like
So,
questions about
even
like
like
where
little
even the light
scuffs where your
controls
feet
were.
would be
They
on
actually
the
showed the
pedal
P-63 flying a night battle,
and
so
stuff like that.
I would love to
You
know
know,
where the
would you
light
interact
switch
with
is.
the switches?
Really bring up
No.
the immersion. You
Lady.
can, yeah, you can. And
What?
You can actually, you can either grab the stick right here with the controller,
switches.
or I can actually just, yeah, no, we can. Not
Oh,
all
okay.
of them.
Sorry.
No.
Only like you can see like certain ones will get like a
You
little.
can't. The answer is you
like
can't.
the throttle here. I can grab it and I can manipulate it. You know, but and
your
then my
hand does
hand
go
gets
through the
stuck to
door.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yes, and you know I'm not gonna even go
Yeah,
there.
I do.
But
Physics.
you know that's my thing. It's like,
I get ya.
oh, hey, I could fly. I could flap my arms like the.
Okay, that's pretty
falling,
that's
you know,
pretty
the
funny.
safe.
You got to give it to him. That's
So,
pretty good.
I don't know. But,
She's not doing a great job of
let's go ahead and get
being
in the
positive.
air. So now you can also, if you just
I
want
love
to
it. That'd be
lazy,
me.
you know, and kind of chill, you can completely fly with the sticks
Okay.
on the touch
How did you do
controllers.
that?
As
Oh, so you don't need to grab it. You can use the little thumbsticks.
well.
Beautiful.
So,
Taken off. B-29. Notice B-29 SB2C.
do this. Kick the tires and like
That's how they're gonna have the pop up for high engine temps,
Fires.
huh?
That's more of a jet reference.
That's interesting.
I don't
Right in
know
the
the difference.
center of your freaking screen. Oh, a little early rotation. It's
There
up
we
there.
go.
Corsair, you see them all down there. That's beautiful.
The flight feels smooth. I mean, it really feels
should.
good here. All right, where is my
Fuel?
Where's
Okay. Is that in
my-
percentage or is that in weight? It is in the right spot. This is the fuel gauge.
here? All right, where is
Fuel 50. Okay, it's in time.
my?
It's in time,
where's
not
my-
percentage. Which, I mean,
where's my
War Thunder players are
where's
going to
my
be used
landing
to.
gear?
Oh,
Where's my-
now, Don,
Flaps.
have you
It's a little
ever
switch.
flown a plane? Oh. Oh,
So
God.
that was him
Have I
pressing
ever
a
flown
button on
a
his
real
thumb, it
plane?
looked like.
Yeah.
One time,
Okay.
I when I was in Boy Scout.
Oh, great.
back
Story
two
time.
of us
Yeah, high speed, retract gear. So all the warnings are going to be
were
smack
selected
dab
to
on
go
your
up
forehead.
with,
Oh,
my-
5 gear.
I can't retract the landing gear. I don't know where it is.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. This will be optional, you know, if you just want to use the VR
Yeah.
controls, I
Two
guess
of
that's a
us
way you
were-
can do it. Where is the landing gear control? It's down there on the
Selected
left.
To go up with,
Or is this the
my-
weird one on the right?
I
know there's a
can't
weird one on
retract
the
the
right.
landing gear. I don't know where it is. There's a way to do that. Now, hold on. I'm mashing buttons here, folks.
Oh, dude.
Throttle back up.
Oh, retract. Oh, the
Speed.
flaps are out too? That's rough. It's a rough
So
time.
Chrome Colossus says
Your
on
hand gets
PSVR
stuck.
2,
Okay, your hand gets stuck to the. There we go.
yeah. PSVR 2, I think they'll be using the eye tracking.
Yeah,
Tell you what
exactly,
the
6. That
dial
is odd.
in your preferred language.
Yes.
And that is
Well, because he's flying in
Wow.
America.
very cool. So, I mean,
Oh
this
my
is-
gosh,
Those ships
alright.
are gonna hit each other. Hey guys.
Hate
In
Love
progress,
says,
soon
"Look
TM.
for the detach
Soon TM.
wings button next to the
I think there actually is
cigarette
collision
lighter."
going on there.
Detach
Because the
wings
way
button?
that one is moving is not
Yeah.
making sense.
Gotcha. And we just got access to this guy.
Try to
so
carrier
I have
land it.
not Had a chance to.
No flaps,
get into
no
the
gear.
cockpit to figure all this out. So, kind of like yesterday, you're seeing me play this for the very first time.
This is the first guy with the Steam
but
code.
Unlike yesterday,
If y'all are in here and you don't know what the heck is going on, first guy with the Steam code, upload VR, 96,000 subs on YouTube.
But
Just
anyway, back
came
to my
out.
story. Yeah, you'd asked. So yeah, I was.
If any of the
one
devs
the
are watching,
two scouts that got
which they're
chosen
not.
to go up with our scoutmaster, who
Hit me
owned
up with a code.
Cessna airplane,
I would love it.
And for a very brief
Been here
moment,
since day
he got
one,
to
brother.
stick. And it, wow. I mean, it. If I
Interesting.
wasn't doing this back right now, like after.
Come
I
on.
considered
So Pearl Harbor
actually
looks
going
great. Are the ships in the right
a
spot?
few years ago.
Look at that. They actually
during
put
the
some of the ships. The destroyers aren't here.
pandemic,
They actually put the
Yeah.
ships in the right
I
spot.
considered actually going back to school to become a pilot.
There's not an extra. There's 2 more battleships at least here. 2 more, and I think an extra
Oh,
one
Well,
actually.
this is something that I've
Nevada.
always
But you wear
wanted to do
glasses.
in real life. I do. I do wear
Thought you
glasses.
couldn't
Pilots can
be
wear
a
glasses.
pilot
She just
if
roasted
you
him,
wore
bro.
glasses.
I'm pretty sure you can do corrective lenses.
Webb,
or you
I
can do
hope
corrective
that's not
surgery.
true. But, you know, some
Yeah,
people do.
I wonder
P-40s?
why-
No.
Maybe
P6.
I'm probably
No, these are just the same aircraft. SB-2C, yeah.
thinking of like an episode of Bones or something where someone kept it a
Maybe.
secret that they needed to have eye
Okay.
surgery.
It does look nice. The
They
harbor
wanted to
does
be a
look
pilot.
nice.
Yeah,
I gotta
don't
say.
know. I mean, I may be wrong, but I
I
don't
think
have
this
a
is
fire
just
pilot.
for,
I just-
you know,
now,
performance
now,
reasons
on
that they're not putting all the battleships.
Off chance that I never was to be able to get a commercial pilot's license, one thing I am going to do, I'm
Yeah.
going to be that old retired guy who has an ultralight. This out to just fly and just I put.
He's just
you know,
flying
pronounce
around.
things the best because I'm.
Love to see some
this to
shooting.
me right here, the sound of it's great.
The sound is the exact. Wait.
The Pate Lauros is asking, how big is the map?
Great question. Great
How big
question.
is the
This is just a
map?
test flight.
Um,
Notice
Are you able to
it showed the
look at that,
damage
or-
down here.
right here.
Where is it? Yeah.
Huh.
Okay. So fuel, WEP, all of this, it shows it. So this is clearly a landing gear indicator signal, which is no longer existing. So it's not showing the damage on the plane like it would for the 3D War Thunder things, but it does show what you're missing and what setting he's in. So obviously his temperature is high. Okay, so this is what they do to make the game more accessible. And I'll be honest with you, I don't hate this at all. You know, it beats. You still have to look. My thing is right. You still have to look down in order to understand what your plane is doing down to the actual number, right? So if you don't have a feel for your plane, you still have to look down. To be honest with you, that's all I care about, right? In VR, it's important to not just be able to look up to your left off into space and like there is in War Thunder Sim in VR, and to understand the exact numbers of your plane. You know, fly by feel, and if you have any questions, look down. If you're not at your instrument panel, if you don't know where to look right here. You know, it'll actually be more effective to look at your instrument panel because this is an even further look down. So I kind of like that, to be honest with you. I have no gripe with that at all.
Trying to.
Oh,
Oh, well, no. I
Playing with
guess
the Pipper?
Not.
Interesting. Yes. You know along.
oh, found.
Ooh.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah. Okay.
Leave the plane. Okay. I could
Maybe
just jump
don't
out
do
of the
that.
plane.
I don't think so.
I would love to see the animation for that. Is there an animation? Give us an animation.
No.
Please.
Bear with me here, guys. There's weird button
Oh, it did show
combinations
it
to
down
be
there.
able to bring that stuff up.
did show the
by
damage.
way.
Yeah.
So again, not final.
Webb, I hope they're not all
Yeah.
trimmed perfectly.
Continuously.
Yeah, so it does show the flaps now that those are gone, which these were not gone a second ago, but now they are. So there's clearly higher damage
Yeah,
right
it is.
there.
But no, it does not look like I can find a way to bring up the map. I'm mashing buttons here.
It's right there. It's
I
just a small
cannot,
map.
like,
It's a
grab
small
this
map for
one
this.
and pick it up.
I just through test flight area.
So
I'm gonna fast
I'm gonna
forward.
just shoot at stuff here in the test flight.
Something that you can go shoot at.
But this
Marlon,
banking just made me think. Oh yeah, okay.
Comments.
Oh, yes.
We know that. So he says it'd
Always.
be super cool if Quest's cameras combined with AI could sync up with an IRL
Oh my
fighter
God, we're
setup
living
with
in the
real-world
future.
controls. That sounds terrifying.
Oh, did you see? those
Stream's a
bounce
little
off?
laggy. That means FPS is going to be pretty questionable.
Oh, look, they bounce. Oh, that is
The
awesome.
30s. Not going to bring that up
Ah.
again.
I guess I hit
Thir-
that one really low.
Okay, that's the death
That's okay. We
animation.
wanted to change
Same as War
planes
Thunder.
anyway.
The 37 mil sounds
Nice.
interesting. They've changed the sound
Okay.
for that.
Yeah, it's good.
Right. So I'll do.
B-29 trucks. Let's see if he gets
The
better
only
at this.
flight you can achieve that fits in the trunk of your car and costs less
Yeah,
than
that's a weird. This is a
$5,000.
weird way to do things
And
for a
then says
VR
it's
game.
Surprisingly low impact,
But,
assuming you
guess
don't
whatever
crash,
works, right?
deserves more
Oh, he's
love
leaving?
and popularity around the world.
See, please click the
Um,
F4U. Click
I went
it.
paragliding in Colombia.
Dude, he must have been
and,
told not to.
Oh, nice.
This is a weird thing
I don't
that,
like that.
hopefully I won't get any hate for, but there's.
He's trying to go into an online
sometimes-
match. He's trying to go into an online
someone
match.
will ask if you're dating anyone.
You have the
and it's
Steam
always a
code.
little awkward. 'Cause
There's
you're
nobody
like,
here.
I don't know if they're asking because they want to date.
There's nobody here.
Not. So it's just a weird situation.
I wish I had a face cam right now.
Right? So when you
I
don't
stand
know how to
corrected?
paraglide,
Yeah,
You don't know
what
how
is
to
going on?
paraglide,
He's gonna hop
you
into a test session.
go
Or
up
just
with
all
someone,
AI?
You're strapped.
Are they
to
just gonna
them.
fill it with AI?
So
Yeah.
I'm strapped.
This is
to
interesting.
dude.
This is interesting.
I'm in Colombia.
Milker,
We've driven out
professional,
to the mountain,
you are
me and
here
my friend
right in
Kate,
time,
but
brother.
she was
Let's see what
obviously a different
happens.
person.
First
Anyway, once we're
online
up in the
match.
air,
Tunisia?
fully in the sky, the guy leans down and goes, "Hey,
It
are
doesn't
you
quite look like
Steve?"
Tunisia. El Alamein. Okay. 24-minute match. This is RB. Let's see if he takes off from the airfield or not. Notice he can bring any aircraft in here. It does look like Star Wars, right? This is Tatooine. He just needs the 2 suns.
This is the weirdest time to ask me about my dating life, and he was.
El Alamein, what is she talking about? Oh my gosh, it's the same people. The stars of War Thunder Sim are back. Bruce, Cooper, Gotfield. Oh, they're back. Mario. So you can see your daily objectives and what you need to do. This is RB. We're going to be flying RB in
This is
Sim.
a real
Ooh.
moment of this incredible paraglide.
Interesting. 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 Guys, did you see anything about ammunition count? I've seen absolutely nothing so far. Not a single thing except the reload guns. Which makes me think it's unlimited ammo. It makes me think it's unlimited. I guess we'll see. If he takes a Spitfire, he's going to run out of freaking 20 mils super quick.
So I was so
Oh my gosh.
story, and this one that
Oh,
and I'm gonna even
Typhoon?
say her name
Typhoon?
because she's kind of famous.
What type of... Wow, that really
Guys can look
slewed.
this up.
Holy
My
schmoly.
best friend's sister.
Oh my god, what are you talking about? Okay.
She's
Also
cool
would
with the
never
extra
do.
light.
Even
Oh my... Okay, all AI... All friendly players have markers. Not the worst thing ever. This is how it is in War Thunder Sim. How are the graphics? Interesting. Where are the shadows? I don't see no shadows here. Very limited shadows.
Oh, it looked so terrifying. The girl I was traveling with, also named Catherine. A different Catherine, though.
Okay, this is the first online match. What are we seeing in the
lot of
cockpit?
people
Beautiful
named
Spitfire.
Anyway, she was so into it, and so she ziplined over this.
It's really interesting.
insane-
Guys, I cannot wait to fly the Foon. The Foon. Flown by Ty.
Like volcanic canyon.
Wow, that plane just went through that plane. Sorry.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Firefly? It's like how you name a
That
bug.
that
Two
just
separate words.
distracted me because that plane just literally went through that other plane.
Yeah.
So-
No.
That
No,
happens.
I, get
I
you.
can't do scary stuff
I almost
anymore.
bungee jumped too, and
Road
I think I would
RT
never do.
Spitfire?
people in front of me that
New variant?
yeah,
I'll stop.
3 people in front of me they bungee jump and the bungee like got
Okay.
too stretched.
Voltmeter.
I guess,
At least they
or
tell you what's
something,
going on.
and
I don't think the
they
battery's
hit
going to
the
matter at
water.
all.
The load's
Engine
so bad that
RPM.
they're
Yeah.
in the way.
Slides now.
How's the mirror?
Yes. No.
Look up,
I'm
look up,
even kind
look
of
up.
afraid of water slides now.
High max engine
Like the
RPM.
crazy ones at West Ed.
There's only one way to take off. and
Sorry,
He's
West
got
Ed
it right.
Mall in Canada. So people are starting to ask about your PC.
Woo!
specs.
Wow.
Also, Barabon
Guys, he's
says,
flying a
are you-
Spitfire. We're about to see if this is actually
So,
working.
are you interacting with?
I don't know if they're bots or not.
Yes, they're
I
bots.
did tell it to
Dude, he's got full flaps. Yes, they're
into
bots.
An online game.
You're not in
This
an
could be
online
good.
game.
The email did
They're-
say that we may see. Oh, look, we got a big battle going over here. Nice.
This is like me when I realized my first kill ever was on an AI player
Awesome.
bot.
All right, at least we have that quick menu.
You think that'd be
because, like
years
I
ago?
said,
I learned that a week
the
ago.
Interactions with the cockpit
Watch back
and
the clip.
hands right now are not
Unfortunate.
the best.
Yep.
So,
It's going to be super touchy.
yeah.
And he's flying a
Yeah, we're gonna
Spitfire,
have
which
combat.
if you guys are here and you play War Thunder Sim, you know
excellent.
this is going to be hilarious.
Someone asked, "Are you running this with GD?"
VD.
Yes, I am actually running this on virtual desktop right now.
Oh.
Okay.
Wait, so
And,
does that mean
from
something to
PC
somebody? I
specs,
don't know what
if you
that
wanna
is
know my
fully.
PC specs,
Virtual
yes,
desktop
PC
is
specs are,
confirmed.
I just built a new one, 14900K with 120.
What does that
Zotac,
mean? Can somebody
Amp
like
Extreme
explain that to a
RTX
grandpa in the
4090,
comments for me? Thanks.
Running on an I really wish I could.
Wow, that's a big old battle.
Have done
Super
59,
big. This is an RB match,
but,
remember. It's going to be a lot of action
90's
super
still doing
quick.
Pretty good for me.
Don stubs his toe.
Wow.
Because I'm willing into existence.
Okay.
Every
Yeah,
time
this is
you
exactly what
complain
we've
about
seen in the trailers. I was hoping they would
not
change
getting a
that.
50/90.
It
Because
does look
no
cool,
one gets
but, you know.
a 50/90.
No, complaining. Did you hear me?
I am
Did you hear me
cursing you to
complain
stub
about
your.
90? No, there was
I'm
no
cursing
complaint.
you to stub your toe every time you talk about 50/90s. Everyone's talking about how good it.
6, you were absolutely right. 6, I have to completely agree with your statement that it's just he's flying a little straight.
Man, I'm cursed.
There's no way somebody who has not flown in War Thunder Sim with a Spitfire, sorry, just flown a Spitfire with War Thunder physics is what I meant to say, is flying without the nose pulling up. There's just no way. Mind you, he has not set trim. So trim, I think we can assume at this point,
Cool
is going to be automatic.
Fodder going on up here. I'm loving this. Like as you're approaching the battle.
Interesting.
No, not really. I don't know. Maybe.
Insert.
I'm not gonna mess with it. Oh, I just kind of caught the
Can you see the mirror?
really high.
Can you see your hand in the mirror? I would love to see.
Mirror here.
Yes, very detailed.
All right.
There may not have been shadows earlier because there's a kind of
So
a
am I on a
cast
team,
of
or is
the
this
shadow.
like just free for all?
Yeah, you're on a team. You took off on an
No,
airfield
it's
with
not
a
really
whole
giving you any
team. They were blue.
And saying you're about to die. What's going on here?
I don't mean to be rude.
It's not.
Sorry.
'Cause I
It
hit the
came off
wrong
aggressive. I don't see the enemy with markings. That is good for sim players worldwide. That is fantastic news. Guys, if you're just joining, Upload VR got exclusive look. This is 2 hours ago now. Started streaming a little bit ago. Here we go. Beautiful.
Someone had said.
Seems
that
as
they
though they're
wanted to do
getting
a
out Steam
review.
links. Holy cow! Guys, we're never going to see a kill. Oh, am I an asshole for laughing? What are we looking at? It's a 110.
It's hard.
It's a 110.
hard without my HOTAS to keep this.
It
thing,
is.
like,
You know what? I have to completely agree. This isn't really his fault. The controls are extremely difficult when you're just trying to fly with VR controls. But, you know, for a game that's supposed to be advertising as exclusively in VR, you don't need a HOTAS and all this stuff. This maybe should be a little bit more accessible, but he's also flying a Spitfire, which we all should know is a little bit of a handful.
Line it up.
Has he run out of 20 mils yet? Anybody keeping track? Anybody counting the shots? 60 per gun. 60 per wing. Rog, they already said it's coming out as a paid game. He is on fire. Please look down to your left so I can see the damage. What in
Ah,
the
he
world
got
was
me.
that?
Dang it. Yeah, it's
What?
really difficult for me to.
What? So they faded out now? He's on fire. I mean, wow. Okay.
Ah, he got me.
He burned alive
Dang it.
super quick.
Yeah, it's really difficult for me to make precision.
Yeah, that's
moves.
okay. So once you're down in aircraft, you're down in aircraft.
The sticks on the Quest controllers.
Fish,
cool.
dude,
Okay,
I've been keeping track of Thrustmaster like for months, just hoping that they were gonna launch a HOTAS for this. It makes complete
So
sense. I
we're
don't
in
know
the
why they
battle,
wouldn't.
and it
It's
looks
been
like
years since they
I've
come out with a new
destroyed
one.
my
The only one
Spitfire, so
PlayStation
now I
can
have to
use is a
choose a
T-Flight
new
HOTAS 5. And I know you can say your
to go
Hori
back
flight
in.
stick, but
So
dude, that thing
wondering
is
if you only get,
trash.
like 4 shots,
Okay, wonderful.
and then you're out.
Was he out of
to go
20 mil?
back in. So wondering if you only like stable.
20 mil, 20 mil, 20 mil. So
He's got a tailwinder.
Then they're out. Then they're out. Not unlimited ammo. Not unlimited ammo. Fantastic. That's good news.
Dang it, moves
You get punished
with
for
the,
having terrible aim.
the
That's
sticks
great.
On the Quest controllers.
So it seems as though you're going to have to return to the airfield.
cool.
The only issue is that there doesn't seem to be a way to track it. So the only aircraft, trust me, I've looked through all of these cockpits. I'm making guides for all of them. Don't tell anybody I said that. So only the German aircraft have guns that
Okay,
actually count the
interesting. So we're
ammo.
in the
If that makes sense. So, like, they have those little
battle, and it
indicators on
looks
the inside
like
of the aircraft.
I've destroyed my
IRL, the
Spitfire,
U.S.
so now I
aircraft,
have
the
to choose
British
a different
aircraft, I'm
one
not sure about the Russians. So
to
they
go
would
back
mostly
in.
fly with
So wondering if you
stealth
only get,
belts
like,
in
4 shots,
real
and then
life.
you're out.
And at the very end, they would
Yeah.
put
4 planes to
specific
choose from.
tracer belts to let the pilots know,
But that's
hey,
cool.
you're
At
almost
least
out
we get
of
to see all
ammo,
4
or
British
you
planes
are
and
out of
stuff.
ammo. So, seems as though it's going to be a little bit of a surprise. You're going to have to really learn when the ammo is going to be running out. Yeah, Webb, it is pretty interesting. All right, gear up. Beautiful. Okay, so you can see this while you're flying, and you can see what aircraft the enemy are flying. I don't know if I like that.
Okay.
It'll
What
be
was that
determined
list?
later. I don't like it. I don't like it, guys. I don't like it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I'm so critical.
Okay.
Why am I such an
it's the
asshole?
different teams.
I'm not trying to be. I've just really been looking forward to this
Does
for a
have
long
people
time.
on it?
You know, and it's promised as a
Yeah,
VR
it does.
flight
It says
sim.
There's a lot of people on it.
You know, and a lot of this
Someone named
seems to
Benjamin.
be
Don't wanna shoot
even
a video
more
of the blue guys.
simcade than War
Yeah.
Thunder is.
I think it'd be so
And I know they
funny
want to be
if,
accessible to the
if one
PlayStation
of the
community
people that
and
you fly
to
next
people
to
who are
was
just
called,
in
like,
VR. Like, there's a reason they didn't really
Plane
reach out to people who
76
fly
G2.
sims for this.
And we-
As far as I know, they
yeah, like,
haven't.
we'd know for
And
sure. Okay,
it's just
Barabonk is
unfortunate.
asking, can you grab the yoke and see if it gives you better precision? Precision? Precision.
I could.
Okay, so he was flying with the thumbsticks. That's
I
why.
was
So he was just flying without any linearity or without any multipliers. That's why it was so
Yeah,
crazy
that's
like
true.
that.
He is true.
Cracked your gear.
Oh, I do. What?
Oh, rip your
There
gear.
you go.
I thought I did.
I meant RIP,
Well,
but that worked out.
Wait.
Yeah, the D-pad menu is rough, but I would assume that if you're flying with a HOTAS and
Yes,
you have
and
enough
actually,
buttons, that
yes,
stuff
it
shouldn't be applicable at
does.
all.
Well, I'm being shot. That's what's
Get your
going on.
flaps
Are
down.
you? I don't think
Yeah,
you
I
are,
think-
dude. You're just in
I
a
can't.
high-speed spin. RIP.
I'm in a
Gosh.
flat spin.
Hey, you knew what it was called. That's great. Right before you die.
Be a really good one. I wonder if this is gonna.
I'd pull
The
up.
Typhoon is the thing that should dominate.
I think yeah.
Fireflies
are
honestly pretty
look at
nice.
this. I don't know what's going on.
Firefly.
I think the Firefly might be the
Like
latest
the VR stuff.
aircraft coming to the game, as far as when it came
I
out.
haven't, actually.
Alright. No, like would be.
Webb, I'm giving him a little bit of
Oh, I
a
would
love
break
it.
Yeah,
on
I'll
his
do
flying,
anything,
just because
okay?
he's flying in the
I
VR
will do
controls,
nothing.
which I'd imagine
It's
is
like,
very difficult.
I'm
Uh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm all
professional.
about- I mean,
I'm not gonna
whatever
comment
kind of
on
crazy
that.
VR thing
Not
you could
gonna comment
possibly
on
get
that.
me into. Let's do it. I did retract the flaps.
Did you?
Okay.
Oh.
So
Arlen
we're
says
critiquing
that
the game. We're not
iFly
critiquing
in,
the people. I'm sure they'll get
Cincinnati,
better, and I'm sure if he had a
Ohio,
HOTAS, he'd be a lot better too. I know it's VR exclusive, but I wish they would make
I don't think
using
anyone
track IR
can go to
possible on this
Ohio.
game, but I guess it's not gonna
Okay, there we
happen.
go. Flaps, at least I can.
Doesn't seem like it. What is this? Okay, so this shows your objectives,
can-
right?
manipulate
Yes.
with my hand. Okay.
I think if they chose a guy who
So
knew
there's the
everything,
flaps
they'd
in
be
this one.
too
And,
critical.
it
Web, that's
really
exactly
is-
what it
I
is. You know?
retracted the gear.
It is. Did we see? So the gear controls on the front for this.
Flaps in this one. And it really is.
You actually get a tow hook. So I would love to know if
I
that is a
retracted
separate
the
extension. Notice there was
gear.
flaps, gear, and you don't see the tow hook control. So they have not separated these. The Firefly is carrier capable.
The flaps
Where's
and the
the
gear
gear?
are different.
Yes. That
Gear.
is how that works.
There. Oh, no. I'm saying I retracted it earlier.
Nose down,
Wow.
nose down, nose down, nose down, nose down, go right. At least know where you're flying.
Literally like stick.
He's
and
flying
they're
the wrong way.
dangling it.
There he
Yeah,
is.
stick.
He's right.
But then it's hard
Throttle,
to get all this
throttle,
stuff.
throttle.
This
Has he
was-
opened the canopy
we
yet?
shall
I haven't seen it.
And
What about that? I do stuff like that. Like get a stick on it.
I,
Yeah, fast firing 20s. Beautiful.
Pate Laro says, I use an RC controller for flight sims.
Use an
Works like a
RC
thumbstick.
controller. Interesting.
Yes, to shoot at people.
That's quite long range
I mean,
shot. Let's see.
Until the crash,
See how it is. You got to lead.
uh,
Have we seen anything for convergence?
in-air
I
flight
see
is not
nothing
that
for
interesting.
convergence or vertical targeting.
Oh,
That's actually kind of concerning.
He got tail gun.
As someone who flies
It's
800 meter
so far away.
convergence
It's
almost
the complete
exclusively
opposite
with
of
vertical
Hitman.
targeting, I would have some issue
we're,
leading.
like right up.
Hey, he's gonna get a kill. Yeah.
Very far away.
Woo! Let's go upload.
Got him.
Nice.
Love the effect not following the plane.
There you go.
So your friendly ground targets are marked, but it does not seem that the enemy ones are, which is kind of interesting. What is that plane? Let's get our identification eyes
Yeah, I saw
out.
you on my butt.
If you're not following me on Instagram, I've been doing that almost every day. I did miss today because I had to go plant some trees.
Eric Hartley is asking,
better
is
control.
this from the
Hey,
War
Eric.
Thunder devs?
Yes, it is from the War Thunder Dash.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
you got a
this is
tail.
the
You got a tail.
new
White Tracer.
Aces of Thunder.
White Tracer. Ooh, I just noticed something. When he showed the other team's aircraft, they were all Axis. So this specific match is Allied versus
Ah,
Axis.
okay.
I know it's a small thing to notice. Like,
Oh, man,
you'd
he's
think it'd
on
kind of
me.
be
He's
obvious.
on me.
Look behind you, man. Look behind you.
Try something crazy.
Oh, yeah. You're not trying something crazy in that tractor.
Pull out. Pull
Sorry.
out. Pull out. Pull out. Couldn't do it.
And 9 months
Smash.
later? Alright. I haven't seen anything with convergence, right? 7.7, 20 mil.
So now we're...
No, professional. We have not seen any tail gun footage. None at all. But he's only hopped into aircraft that don't have them.
We'll go back into the battle one more time.
Yeah, Webb, that's a great question too. I haven't seen anything about that, man. I haven't seen that. He hasn't flown fast enough to show me any type of compression.
Fake body?
Let's
Oh,
see
no.
how he takes
Oh,
off in the
yeah.
Mosquito, because
Yeah.
this thing is
There you go.
notoriously awful
Yeah,
at
that's-
taking off.
It's just an NPC.
It's going
Ooh,
it's
give
going
that
dead
guy
straight.
AI. That way I can talk to my co-pilot. That would be
Yeah.
amazing.
Is it not just going dead straight?
Well, or a second person.
Sitting in wet.
Okay, throttle.
How much you want to bet he just nails the ground?
Trim. Where's
There's
gear?
no trim. Was that trim? Did he set trim? I don't see it. Trim's right here, but there's no way to interact with it.
Where's gear?
Or mech controls.
Gear.
I'm gonna have to exclude that from my guides. Might be in settings, like how War Thunder puts convergence in options. Maybe. Yeah, true. Leather Mosquito is such an amazing plane. It's gonna be my main, most likely. Best of luck, brother. It is a handful.
I'm not. Okay, so one thing I'm noticing.
Yeah.
Because I know people will want to.
Go ahead.
Nice little vibration, little haptic feedback.
Ooh,
here
haptic
in both the
feedback.
controllers right now.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Perfectly, like making it feel like
Yep.
it's the vibration coming from
The
those
stick in between
engines.
your legs.
I just
It'll
noticed
be
that.
great fun.
Like as I was holding the stick, it's like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
wait, that feels kind of natural. Like
'Cause
I would
that's
be
where you
feeling
normally
that
hold a flight
vibration
stick.
right now.
That's what I meant. Mosquito. Really chilling. It's bouncing in the nose a little bit. I don't think this one's automatically trimmed. Never mind. That's why. Beautifully timed.
Flight flips.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, what the heck? We're supposed
Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh.
flips.
There's two people in this cockpit and he still messed it up. He's like trying to grab it and rip it up. Oh, I love this. This is amazing.
Hold on, I just gotta. I gotta remember I can let go of the stick.
Oh, both hands?
Let go
Um,
of-
Did he just say... Hold on. Please listen to this back.
Remember, I can let go of the stick and be stable.
One more time.
I just-
One more time. Both hands is
I can
wild.
Let go of the stick. and be
I
stable.
can let go of the stick and be stable. It auto flies when you let go of the stick. It auto flies when you let go of the stick.
Go of.
Arlen and others
This is gonna
are
be
still talking about skydiving
Auto
and
flies when you let go of the
said
stick.
that the iFly is really expensive.
Web, if there is, I haven't seen it in the
and
options,
then
brother.
Said a real skydive would cost,
Maybe if there's a
lot as
HOTAS
well.
plugged in, that's not
So
the
two things
case.
about that. One, I don't want to do a real skydive, so I don't need to do a fake one because I don't.
So
Feel like
some
I'm
of the
doing
issue with
anything.
aircraft like the Mosquito, I pointed this out, but the
there's
video isn't
a-
out yet,
a fun
unfortunately.
fact
Your
about,
flaps is actually
the
on the
NHS
right side of
input
where your
that did
control
a
is. So if you're
charity,
flying the plane with your right hand, which I think
fundraiser,
most people do, given
skydive,
that the throttle's on the
you can
left,
sign up and
you have
whatever,
to either
but the
let
amount
go
of
of the
injuries
stick
people receive
and
from
reach
the
over in
skydive
front of you
costs
and click the
NHS
flaps
way
and then
more
fly with your left
than
hand
they were able to fund.
without your hand on the throttle. Or you have to
Oh,
reach
okay.
across
Well,
your
that's
right
not
hand with
cool.
your left hand
Yeah.
and mess with the
Oh,
flaps
man.
on the right side. Now, if you're in a dogfight, that's obviously going to be kind of a pain, but the Mosquito isn't really a plane that you should be pulling flaps too much,
Okay, I think this
if
is
it's
going
not
after
for
ground
landing.
Targets.
Yes, you should. Do you have any bombs? Have not seen any bombs. That's a friendly. That's a friendly. That's a friendly. Mr. OG is
Oh, that's
shooting
our
at
guys. Never mind.
blueberries.
Sorry, guys.
It would be sick if you can communicate to your co-pilot to change your flaps. It would be. It would be. But given that there's not even mech controls, oh, we're about to see one heck of a kill. Come on. You got this. I believe. I believe. BF-110.
So,
If I only had my real controller.
Yeah,
Race
that is
Junkie
unfortunate. This
says
would actually be
this is
frustrating,
where-
especially if you're
yes,
a normal
this
pilot,
would be
because you
very
know that
fun.
People like us are
By
going to
all
sit here and
means.
critique.
Yes.
Average British blue on blue circa night.
Next
All right,
week,
I'm all
I
up
thought
with
it
you
was
guys.
Yeah.
It's
talking
hard to
about
control.
Happens a
game.
lot. It is. Okay. So the mosquito is not an auto fly.
So
we go.
Jackie
All right.
said
This is a
that
quite
I'm
difficult
so glad I never
aircraft
did
to
the Air
fly,
Force
and that
One
is
for
true.
Static line parachute made to be Army. I guess.
He's back in the menu. Choose a different nation. Let's see some World War One.
Like to join the stream right now, exclusive stream, help us build that audience, and consider becoming a member. Your support. Sure.
So he got his reward.
So
Let's
I
see his
still
little
have a
cookie.
note.
Oh, I got a
See what he
reward.
gets.
Oh,
Ooh.
good.
Oh, he got a lady.
Okay.
Woo!
I do
Sweet, I got a
note.
pinup.
There's 2 people that I've
can
had
put that
to
pin up on his
remove
plane.
comments from so far. and
Oh,
they're
guys,
people
don't
to our
misbehave.
channel. So
Don't misbehave.
I apologize that
Okay.
you found us and you had a bad time. Just a
Oh,
note about
that's
me.
really disappointing.
I will remove your comments and I will put you in timeouts if you're mean to us.
Oh yes.
Because
Wow.
we're human
Oh
beings.
yes.
Monetization.
Other people on this channel might
That's
not
not the right word.
remove you or whatever.
I feel like I'm in timeout
or
right now. I didn't
whatever,
even say
but
anything bad.
I'm having a great time with my friends that
This
I
isn't
hang
even
out
live.
with a few times a week.
Well, I'm live.
We're having a
Okay, he's going US.
fun
Let's see what
time
happens when he tries to fly the
watching and
Corsair.
playing VR.
I'm excited about this. Come on.
So, to say mean so. one
15
more-
seconds and then he's
one more
in.
thing.
Will be people.
Me when I played the Mosquito with the
Jackie.
57 mil and killed enemy players because funny. Yes.
I just think it's the funniest thing ever.
57
Jackie
isn't the
said,
one
"No
coming,
need
but
to
yes.
thank me, citizen."
It's the Mark
It's
6 that's
only
coming.
job like that.
Which I actually prefer, to be honest. If you want to fly a Mosquito, you at least need to
terribly
preserve
funny.
its speed because it's got
and
really
then-
nothing else.
I think anybody who's
What is
willing
this? This
to
is a-
do that
I don't know what
for
map
their
this is.
service, I really
Yes.
do.
Normandy. Oh, this isn't the normal Normandy map.
Yeah.
So,
It's also okay.
Totally.
Okay, interesting.
and I know people flout that out, but I mean, I know a lot of people who are in the armed services. I know a lot who's willing
Cool.
to give their
P51C-10.
time and possibly their life,
Yeah.
to help others.
Have we
It-
seen
you-
ME262?
I'm not.
It's down here on the ground. Still no mech controls. Guys, I gotta say mech isn't
Okay,
coming.
so
Am I
those
surprised the
flaps,
plane
okay,
auto
I'm-
flies?
I really hope
Let's
that
go.
it gets everything like some and direct
Let's get in the air.
game. I mean,
All right, look at all the wonderful players.
it's a more
Totally
combat
legit.
game.
P47. Are we seeing any different
You know, so
camouflages
I
on
don't
the AI? I
expect
don't
it
believe
would,
we are.
Yeah.
So
We're at 45 minutes.
I
so-
do like how we haven't seen the markers on enemy
these
aircraft.
guys,
Let's get up in the air. Tachometer. Throttle. Let's go. Flaps. Yep. You gotta really wedge it in there. Oh, I like that. They actually did do it. I was confused. Or no, not confused. Concerned. So the fuel gauge for the P51C-10 is actually on the ground. So it's right here, and there's one on the other side as well. This is showing what I believe to be the fuel directly behind the pilot or some that are accessing the wings. So they actually have different fuel gauges for each tank. I'm sure that's not how it's going to display. I still find it weird they went with the C-10 and not the D-20. So there's been a few aircraft that were shown in the original promotional photos, like the ones that was actually the cover for the game. Both of those aircraft aren't coming, which I think was the D-20, D-25, and a Focke-Wulf Dora. So both of that was not coming. Webb, they have said that they're going to add more planes. They did also say that the game is going to be everything unlockable the second
Maybe
you
you
know
already
you,
did
you
it.
purchase it. And obviously there's a
wait,
pack
no,
for the
there we go.
Corsair, so we'll see how this actually goes.
Yeah,
But the
Eric
World War I
Hartley
stuff
is
seems to be
pointing
included
out
with
that
purchase.
The ground looks great.
The ground does
And,
look great. I have to admit, it does look great.
really
Normandy
does.
is a
It
great
really
map.
does.
It is quite small, but it is what it is. So RB matches are
I've been in this
confirmed.
product, you're gonna see some weirdness. You're gonna see some bugs.
I would love to
certain
see him be able to
things
click
don't
the
work
game
yet,
modes. He
parts
still
of the
hasn't done
menu
that
aren't.
yet. Maybe he was
Gaijin-
told not to.
Gaijin is correct.
He also
This little
didn't click the
preview
Entente
of what's
forces,
to come.
in his little
Sure.
preview.
Can you land on a country road? So once you're up in the air, can you land again?
So
You
everybody,
can try.
that's AI
You
is just
try.
going to be, you know,
And
maybe
supremely
next flight,
brain
maybe
dead
we'll
and
go
just
into the
charge
test
in
flight
at the
real
very
quick so we can
start.
try some of that kind
There's
of
no
stuff
way
without
they
being
just straight up
shot at.
lied, though. That's insane. Yeah.
And then,
Yep, and that's why I'm not doing the stream. Oh, his flaps are just down. Yep. So, this is frustrating because he would have noticed. He would have noticed that his flaps were down, but the plane is auto-flying itself. So he doesn't even know that he has full landing flaps out here. He's just flying. What even airspeed is this? He's just flying like one... Oh, I'm so stupid. I don't even know. He's so lucky. He's so lucky the P-51C has very high flaps. like grip speed.
Michelangelo
Really happy
Jaconis
this is
says,
coming
"How
soon. I
much
wanted the
realism
PSVR
is
2, but
intended in the
just for
flight
1 or 2 games. But I
simulation
rarely
and
play.
the
Yeah, it'll
controls
be
of
cool,
the player?"
especially for PlayStation players. That is very
so
true.
I noticed that there were 2 different.
You didn't notice your flaps were
sets
down.
of
Oh, this is the airspeed down here. I was looking at altitude like a freaking idiot. Yeah,
controls.
200
There was
knots,
one
flaps
that said
completely down. He can
simulation,
be pushing
and there was
a
one
much
that
higher
just said
speed.
flight. And I am currently
Fishbed, I
not
do
on
have the PSVR
simulation
2,
mode,
so I was on PlayStation
because,
for
again,
a
I've
very,
mentioned
very,
it a
very
few
long time. I
different
got
times, I
a
normally
computer
fly
around
with
Christmas.
HOTAS,
I played the PSVR
actually,
2,
I
or I purchased the
normally
PSVR
fly
2
in a motion.
once Aces was
Yeah.
announced 2 years ago, and then, of course, kind of just let it sit.
But
So I got
today,
GT7,
I am
Gran
freehanding
Turismo.
with, a couple
Extremely,
Quest
extremely
controllers,
fun game,
which is
especially in
not
VR.
the
Love
easiest
playing the
thing to
online
do
matches
here.
with that.
No, and so Anthony Pittman
Hooked up to a
had
little
asked
wheel,
that
and
again,
then
use
recently I've been able
focus
to
instead of
have the
motion
PC and hook up the
controls.
PSVR 2
So,
via an adapter
as far
to
as
play
you
War
know,
Thunder Sim
you
in
should be
VR,
able
and it
to,
is
once
amazing. It's
this
very
is
good. It
fully
needs some tweaks.
But
Needs
it's
some
not
tweaks.
set
Not
up
the other thing I was going to say.
properly.
I actually could already get the axes working with my HOTAS.
You gotta
my
get a little
X52,
closer.
But it wouldn't allow me to. It wouldn't allow me to map
Okay, so he tried.
any of the buttons.
Okay, he tried to get his HOTAS to work.
Allow me to. It wouldn't allow me to map any of the buttons.
He could get the axes to work, but he couldn't bind the buttons. Interesting. Fishbed, oh sick, I've been watching you since the PS4 days. Amazing to hear you have a PC finally. Yes, dude. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it. I do recognize your logo, by the way. It's
Hey, you know what?
iconic, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been here since the 540p
Yeah, and,
PS4 recording days. It's been a
Any
long
news about the
journey.
release,
It's been a very long
or
journey.
more stuff about
Oh,
this game,
release?
We're going to be releasing
Oh,
on
that's the
uploadvr,
buzzword.
dot com.
Uploadvr.com.
Yes,
Nice, I gotta check another
future
site every
coverage
time I wake
on
up.
Upload VR today is just a nice little preview
Nice little preview.
of what's to come.
109, 47's after him.
Oh,
He's only been attacking the big targets. I would love to see him fight
I
a
think I
different
did.
thing.
Yep, he's going down. Watch him go.
This guy's still flying with his
I
landing
don't know
flaps
enough
fully
to know
extended.
if Siegfried Greeting is
Oh, wait, no, he's
making
not.
fun of us.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Would this work with a driving sim wheel and paddles?
When he pulls back on the stick,
Okay,
it's
so
going to go
other flight
wild.
sims that I've used, I have been able to use the pedals from my wheel and pedal setup.
Come on,
so
get closer.
I don't see why you couldn't.
Yeah, there's no vertical targeting on right now.
Okay.
None at all. Yeah, 30 sites just to get an update
But
saying
again,
coming soon.
it would
Exactly.
just depend
Exactly.
on
It's very
if you can
fun.
map that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yes, walk him in. Walk him in. That was too
Wow,
breathy.
He's faster than me.
He's gonna run out of ammo soon. I would love to see this. He only got
This
1260
is
in the
PSVR 2, right?
P51 C10.
No, this is PCVR.
PCVR,
Oh.
but it is coming to PSVR 2. He has his
Okay.
landing flaps
Because
fully
Jack
extended
B
right now and being
said, "I wonder if
extended
you can
on
stream in 3D
by a
because
BF110.
Quest 3 recording can be turned on with Quest Games Optimizer."
Okay, so I've been very interested.
So my main issue with this right now is that you would certainly know if you were flying in War Thunder Sim with your landing flaps out because your plane would want to pull up constantly. But when you let go of the stick in this, it auto flies for you. So he just has an air brake and doesn't know it. This is
in
painful. I'm not going to lie to you.
Optimizer, and
Ugh.
people reached out to me and gave me access.
Guys,
a
if
few
you were
months
one of those
ago.
people who was worried that
Unfortunately, when I
this was going to
first
split the War Thunder
installed
Sim community,
Oh, he got my. Oh,
I'd say you're in the
okay.
clear.
Man, that was my
Fish
fault.
bed. Hope vertical targeting will be
That's
added.
right.
Same with convergence between 50 to like
when I
800.
first
Yeah,
installed it,
completely
it
agree.
actually was
Completely
causing
agree.
issues with
Oh my
the
gosh, look at how
system.
much that's pulling because of the landing
So
flaps.
I
He's
had
going
to
to
uninstall it. I've heard
absolutely
it's gotten
bleed
a
his speed.
lot better.
Oh,
And so
that's not a
I'm
bad
going
lead, to be honest with
take
you.
a look- another look
109.
at
F4.
Michelangelo Draconis
Get it on. Get on him.
is asking if we have the information. Is there a full campaign plan for single player?
He's just sitting
or
in wet
different
too, but we
campaigns
haven't seen
according
the
to
aircraft
countries and
overheat at
planes
all.
selected? Do we have that information yet?
I'm doing
Mind
my
you,
own
if you were
review.
actually running this correctly with
Oh,
manual engine
no.
controls on
This
the
is for
51 C10, you
TMS.
could sit in wet with the
There you go.
radiators fully open.
Don't
There you
have
go.
that
There you go,
information
buddy.
yet, Michelangelo.
Dude, he is going so slow.
Out of it.
It's a
And
little
then
painful.
Anthony.
So mind you, this is an RB
said,
match that we're currently watching.
how is it
There's no
holding up in comparison to other flight games,
long-term flight
even taking
sim,
into consideration that it's
long
pre-release?
long-form game mode. That's the right
Yeah.
word.
So far, I mean, the flight
Volkov?
feels good and
Yeah.
smooth.
Oh, does it? Does it? Does it feel a little
Toddler's
aggressive on the
control
vertical
is my
axis?
biggest pet peeve right now. 'Cause
Yes, I would say that
really am
too.
missing that HOTAS.
That's true. He did try.
'Cause
He
that's
did
how
try.
I'm used to flying.
Waffles, this is
But
actually Aces of Thunder. We are watching a stream that was put out by a guy named Upload VR about an hour or two ago.
I have
He
guns.
seems to be the first person to get a Steam code.
Oh, I am.
You can reload
I'm out of
from
bullets.
that.
He's very
quad
qualified.
menu.
He does have a large
that's
channel
right,
that's
from that
mostly
menu.
targeting VR,
Yeah,
and
there
you
you
know
go.
what? No, Fishbed, it does not seem that EC is
sighted.
coming.
Good.
I've asked them directly, and they have decided to not comment, even though they have mentioned other things to me. He's out of ammo.
And-
That's the first confirmation that you can, in fact, run out of ammo. That's actually good news. I actually quite enjoy that.
Reload
Is
my
reporting
guns.
for
Didn't
us.
reload your guns.
Full HOTAS
Good.
support is confirmed.
You have to
for
go back to
launch.
the airfield. That is quite confusing, though.
So-
I can see how that would be extremely confusing if you don't know what's going on.
Yes.
That we know
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
knew
Did it
was
reload his
going
guns?
to be in there because again, I already mapped the axes.
Yeah.
What was
Got to ride in a
weird is-
P-51 once and got to fly
So,
from
those
backseat. It
were
was
two streams
nice.
back to back.
That's sick, dude.
Yeah.
That's
What
really
was
awesome.
weird is-
I've never been
is
able to
that,
get into a warbird.
It-
I have
it-
flown a
it
Stearman,
was
though.
on that
Stearman,
axis. So
biplane,
I was
which is one of the trainers for World War II.
relegated to, having one of my
Yeah, he's got no ammo.
axes as fire. You know, I mean, it's like I'm going to leave the plane because I'm out of guns, and I want to see what happens when I leave the plane.
Yes. Oh! Whoa! Wait, that's... It keeps your momentum?
I'm just
Is he gonna... Look up! Look up! Is that a
I'm
parachute?
flying. Oh, there's my plane.
Please look up.
Did you literally eject? Like, if you look up, do you have a parachute?
Yes!
Oh
Oh,
my
that's
God.
actually awesome.
I love
Okay.
Ah, nice.
That's actually
Yes, so
sick.
we're gonna do skydiving, so here we go.
Yes.
Now I
Oh.
get to skydive.
And then you float all the way to the ground, and then you can walk. Do you have a pistol? Please look towards your hip.
Um,
This would be the.
That's
most- I
actually
gotta say,
really
though,
cool.
I've seen this in like old World War II films and stuff.
they're
Could
still
you
shooting at me.
imagine
yeah.
jumping out of a plane?
Okay, that's actually
into
cool. You
flak,
jump. Yeah, you jump
into-
out. We're
oh,
gonna be able to
yeah.
experience it, ready.
Oh, I guess okay. 'Cause I'm
That's actually really
and
cool.
I mean, just dealing with those guys that was like
That's just
jumping
fun. That's actually pretty
into
sweet.
Yeah.
All of that,
Oh,
like aerial
yeah,
battles
the
going
chat
on,
loves that.
rockets firing from the ground, and you are literally just
Oh, that's
hanging up
amazing.
there in the air. But
Let's
it
see what the menu says.
Or was
So
it
yes, this was
game,
U.S.
actually, I think that was an
So
early
this is exclusively German aircraft.
VR game, and I really.
So I wonder if
anybody in
that's
the
because
chat
it was locked geographically. Like if you go
knows
Normandy,
what
then
I'm
you're
talking
100%
about.
going to
It
be
was a VR
flying
game.
against
Yeah.
You were
Germany
in the
if
back
you
of
were
the
flying American
plane, the
aircraft.
plane-
I've not seen any
the whole back
crossover,
of
and
the
that
plane
is
got
also a
shot
good
off,
thing.
and I don't know, like the black flag.
About
Let's
it.
see what his general
Just
thoughts are. So these are the controls. Mind you, he is flying strictly with
says that's
the
terrifying.
the VR controls right now.
Um,
Interface, we've seen all this. Climb.
Oh God, no! I couldn't even
yeah.
imagine.
Come
Just
I want
wondering,
to
am I the
launch,
next one to get shot? Yeah.
Making a comment saying looking forward to Aces
Sound.
on PSVR 2.
Yeah, that's where it's
So,
really gonna do
yeah.
numbers. Is on PlayStation.
People are excited for this game. And
Okay,
this
so
game
cockpit
is-
going back. Good luck with this. P47
Well,
D22
I
is
knew
going to
that
be a
would
rough
kill.
one.
Yeah,
Now
I'm
you
excited for this.
It's
game.
impossible to rim
I-
flaps with this thing
yeah.
right now. Oh, and he fatal errored. That wasn't me. That wasn't me. I didn't do that.
Oops.
Is that a
Oh,
good
we get
sign?
little
I don't
performance
know.
issue
Let's
here.
see.
Oh, the game just crashed. Actually.
Yeah, I put the
So,
transition
Becky, you want
screen
to put
up.
a transition screen up?
Yeah.
Okay, you saw it happen in real
Um,
time. Okay.
No
Yeah,
captured
I mean,
planes
and
either.
again,
Finally,
really-
yes, that is going to be something that's super
Yeah,
nice.
no, I mean,
I
we are
did
at
also
55
did not
minutes
see a
and
convergent
my,
setting through that whole
hard
thing.
stop 'cause
No.
I gotta get to the theater. So
Be a
ending.
good.
Let's
time
just
to-
hear his general thoughts on this,
yeah,
and then I will
natural
put in
ending
my
to the
own.
stream there. So,
This will probably be a
okay,
video
folks,
coming
well,
out,
there you
most
have it.
likely
There is
Sunday. I've
a
got
little,
two
look
videos that
at
need to be made right now,
the
so.
upcoming Aces of Thunder 2. We really hope you enjoyed today's stream. And if you did, make sure to give it a like and a share. Obviously, we will have
Give it a like and
more
a share,
coverage
guys,
of
before you
this
leave.
game coming
Make sure
to
you share it, you know?
uploadvr.com
I'm sure the first
soon. If you
minute
haven't
and a half
already,
is kinda
consider
rough 'cause
becoming
I'm
a
just
member
learning
over there to
how to
support
stream
our
again.
work directly. And
Menezia,
also,
that is the idea, but at the same
um,
time, it doesn't
it
seem like
removes
the
ads
developers
when
knew
you're-
that.
when you're on our site. So you get
They
a
just
much better
advertised it like it
experience.
was.
So
Fishbed,
anyway,
it does
with
seem that all the
that,
dials work, including
I'm
the
done.
temperature
And
gauges, which
Beck
we have not
is
seen.
with
So
me,
that is
and
nice.
We're out of here.
Do all
So,
the switches
see you in
work?
the next
No. And there's no mech. Or okay, and it's just this is everything I like. Okay.
It's 4090.
Beautiful. This is a Thunder exclusive first look. Wonderful. So
running on,
I'm just gonna run this in
Asus
the background.
Raw
Let's go to a
Max
point where he's not really talking or just cut audio. So general thoughts before we go out. Anybody have any comments? Did you ever open that cockpit? PT, it's not me flying. PTK. Did they? No, they did not. They only opened it automatically, but he did not interact with the cockpit at all. What do you think this early look means for the release date? It means that they're not done. If they don't have HOTAS controls, and they told us that HOTAS was definitely going to be here, they're not done. They still have stuff to work on. There was collision issues all over the place. They needed more game modes, and I was really hoping that there would be some form of competitiveness to this, like not just a leaderboard, but like maybe a rank system. I think that would have been really cool. They sort of dipped into the duels thing that could have been very unique. I was really hoping that they would have done that. Web, it's certainly past 20% done. Certainly past 20% done. Mind you, this game's already been pushed back at least 8 months at this point. Thank you all for being here. So, generally, if you guys enjoy War Thunder Sim and you were one of those people who's super worried that Aces of Thunder is going to split the community, I'd say you're in the clear. This is going to be for VR players. That has been made very, very clear to me during this stream. I'm still excited for it, and I will still cover the game as I've promised to. Yeah, so there's going to be more details coming out. It's just disappointing we haven't seen things like convergence. There's no... I keep bringing up mech controls, but it is quite important, okay? Especially if you're trying to get the feel for the plane. Oh, did I mention the plane auto flies? So if you let go of the controls, the plane will fly itself. So much to the point where he was flying with a P-51C-10, flaps fully extended, and did not realize it. That's quite interesting. Pearl Harbor does look nice. Got to give it to him. The maps look great. I would love the collision for the carriers to be a little bit better, especially if you're trying to do the collisions. Like trying to land on them, you know. But, you know, if you're an American plane, you won't be doing that because your naval aircraft is locked behind a paywall. It's not free. We're about to see something beautiful if you didn't see it earlier. Wonderful flying. Yeah, let's go back to this because I just want to show it real quick. So if you're flying the American aircraft, notice how the F4U-4 Corsair says pack. Now, this goes against what they had advertised the game for, which was that everything upon purchase would be 100% unlocked, okay? Mind you, I figured that would not include customization stuff, and it doesn't. Actually, if we go over here, I can show you exclusively what that means. We have also seen no back gunner support, which I didn't expect at this point, but it was something they advertised in what is looking to me like a more and more possibility that the initial release or announcement trailer for this game was 100% made in War Thunder Sim. That's looking more and more likely, because the aircraft that back gunner shooting was done in was an SBD, and that's not even in the game at all. Anna said it's painful to watch new pilots, but if you're trying to get into it, watch some general flying tips. Yeah. Yep, definitely. Mind you, he has flown War Thunder Sim before. Upload VR said he's been flying Sim since the very early days of War Thunder. He just couldn't hook up his HOTAS controls, which I get. He was flying with the thumbsticks on the VR controls. So we're seeing certain things that are locked. So these are going to be completely unlockable by the daily challenges, it looks like, which we could see when he finished one of his multiplayer matches. He unlocked a little pinup girl, which I presume you can put on any of these aircraft. It is unfortunate that especially these German aircraft, which are known for flying circus, it'd be quite fun if we could unlock more camos than just the one per plane. That would be very neat, but it doesn't seem like that is coming either. What are some other general things, man? It's interesting. I'll say it. It is way more Simcade than War Thunder Sim, and I don't think we're going to be dipping many toes from the War Thunder Sim community into Aces of Thunder. Certainly not as much as I thought, but we are going to be getting a lot of VR players. All allied players have markers on them. That is obviously to prevent friendly fire. But what we haven't seen, and what I think is great news, is that the enemy players and enemy ground forces also do not have those specific markings. All of the game modes, if you're here for game modes, it's RB. It's RB. It's as simple as that. He got into a multiplayer match and was very surprised. And I can tell you 100% that they were all bots. They were the same bots we've been dealing with in War Thunder Sim when you first start a match that's empty for ages and ages and ages. But if you want to know who the devs are that have been testing the game, they are all right here. Yes, they were indeed quick matches. It wasn't an SP system. You go into and you fly with one of your planes. Once it's destroyed, then it's good. So my main issue with the pack that came from the F4U-4 Corsair is that it also gives the U.S. players 5 aircraft. So if we're going to be playing it in a match where you only get 4 lives and the American side just has 5 because you just paid to have 5, that's kind of fucked up. And if you're flying the F4U-4 Corsair, it's like the highest BR aircraft that seems flyable. That's going to be coming. So it's literally pay to win. Like, the F4U is pretty strong. Now, personally, I would probably fly the P-51 C-10, but the F4U-4 Corsair has the best cockpit. It just does. You know, until we get some other aircraft like the ME-262, which they advertised as fighting the P-51 C-10 and wasn't shown off on any German tree at all. It wasn't shown off in the multiplayer matches, even though we were facing German sides. Ugh, it's frustrating. Yeah, so these are your devs. So this is all their flight testing time that we have right here. It was probably a wipe at some point. Spikes, or these are other people who have gotten Steam codes, and we're about to see a whole load of other videos. Guys, I think my hopes were a little high for this. It is unfortunate because of how long I've been covering this. You know, I covered this day 1 from March of 2023, and we are here. Yeah, I don't know what else there is to say, to be honest with you. I understand why they didn't give me a Steam code. I'm just honest, okay? And it is what it is. Maybe they were in the process of reaching out and I've ruined that. But I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm coming from a War Thunder Sim perspective as somebody who was on PlayStation for years and only recently got VR on PC for the same game. Yes, Menezia, it's going to be first-person VR Air RB. I was looking at the trailer Aces of Thunder, and you can see the crosshair, and it doesn't have a pack title. Yes, that is true. That's clearly changed. 77 Chance said, same bitter taste I am used to with the snail. Not just the snail, man. Let's be fair here. This is the gaming industry. Come on. They push it back, and then you're disappointed, which is why you should never have hopes up high for games. I know that's a depressing way of putting that, but it's just got to be the truth. And you know what? My hopes were high. They're not completely dashed. I'm still going to be covering it, but I am afraid more than ever that this game will have some difficulties. But, you know, for this exclusively VR community and the PSVR 2 community, which I would say is quite high, but, like, not super high. Here's my main issue, right? Those players are going to have the same gameplay loop that this guy just had. Okay, and mind you, this guy has more experience. Upload VR, who this is from. Link is in the description of my stream right now if you want to go check out the original video, which was him and this one girl who doesn't know what she's doing. This is going to be the typical experience of new players. We just watched it in real time, and I'll tell you what, it was not good. It was not good. I still had hope I could get better with time. I'm upset that it's just Simcade, missing planes, and random drop of a Cold War Corsair. Yep, I completely agree. They should update Sim and fix RBEC. Yeah. RBEC would go wild. That would go pretty crazy for y'all. I don't play RB at all, but they do need that. It would be insanely popular. Like, really, really, really popular. EC is the best part of Sim, man. Which is why this is kind of frustrating. I was really hoping for VTOL VR controls with World War II birds. Never flown VTOL VR, to be honest with you. Anything he said that I should bring up? Oh, yeah, he couldn't bind his HOTAS buttons. So he could get the axes to work, he couldn't get the buttons to work. When you are taking off, it seems as though you're going to have the high RPM thing pop up in the middle of your screen. Yep, this will be me, haha, I'm still excited as someone that's never played a flight sim. Yeah, dude, it'll be really cool. Thwack, are you on PSVR? Because I'm serious, that's where this is going to be. You know, this is like, if War Thunder Sim is the most accessible flight sim for people to get into, I promise you I'm not burning right now, just if you can hear that, then this is going to be, like, really, really accessible. The plane flies itself! I'm being really loud. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm going to hop off and make some videos about this. If you guys are watching it, I'm sorry if you're going to see this 3 or 4 times. This is all very interesting stuff. Thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it. Thank you especially for y'all who have been here this entire stream. I do not stream often. It's probably been a year or 2 since I've streamed, to be honest with you. Yeah, 07 fellers. See ya.